Welcome to episode 2 of Challenging Geography Topics, and today we'll be looking at the Storm Hydrograph Part 2. Specifically, we'll be focusing on factors affecting the storm hydrographs and the two types of storm hydrographs that you may see in your exams. If you don't remember how to read a storm hydrograph, please look at my previous video, episode 1, prior to watching this episode 2. Number 1, type of drainage basin. This graph depicts a storm hydrograph for a small drainage basin. As you can see, the smaller size means that there's a shorter lag time as the water reaches the main river faster when compared to the second graph, which depicts the storm hydrograph for a larger size basin. As you can see, peak discharge is higher and also lag time is longer, as it takes a longer time for water to travel to the river basin. The discharge is also higher for the larger river basin, as these basins receive more precipitation when compared to the smaller ones and therefore have a larger runoff. Number 2, type of slope. This graph depicts a storm hydrograph for a steep slope. A steep slope has a similar hydrograph to that of a small drainage basin. Steep slopes allow for faster runoff of water down the slope, which results in a steeper rising limb and a shorter lag time. Gentler slopes have a less steep rising limb and a longer lag time. Number 3, the rock or soil type. This next graph depicts a storm hydrograph where there's an impermeable surface. As you can see, the shape of the graph is somewhat similar to that of a small drainage basin and a steep slope. Permeable rocks allow for rapid infiltration and very little overland flow, which results in a very low rising limb. This next graph depicts a storm hydrograph for a permeable surface. Permeable surfaces allow for infiltration, which by extension creates a longer lag time with a less steep rising and a less steep falling limb. Number 4, whether it's an urban or rural area. What do you think a storm hydrograph for this surface would look like? Storm hydrograph for this surface will be quite similar to that seen for a small drainage basin, for a steep slope, as well as an impermeable surface as seen in this image of asphalt. Can you guess what a storm hydrograph for this surface would look like now? A storm hydrograph of this surface will look similar to one of a large drainage basin, a gentle slope or permeable rock type. Vegetation allows for interception, which accounts for the gentle rising limb and the long lag time. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Challenging Geography Topics, Episode 2, which is the Storm Hydrograph Part 2. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel, CME Institute of Learning.